Say and spell your name.
Allie Durban, Aldurban.
To what degree are you involved with NIL deals?
I was a student athlete last year, so I got like the rundown and everything, but I never had a deal. So like I know some from the athlete point of view.
Which companies do you think has the most influence in the world of NIL deals?
I would think probably like the bigger ones like Gatorade, Body Armor, and stuff like that. But like Nike has just now started doing it, and I feel like that is like one everybody wants.
Which companies do you think have the least powerful image and why?
Probably like the smaller ones, just because like they don't really know about it, and like no one really knows about it until someone is talking, like a random athlete's talking about it. And I feel like it's kind of like, are you gonna trust the athlete promoting it? So yeah.
To what extent do you think NIL deals should reach like college athletes or high school athletes?
Probably college athletes, because I feel like high school athletes, it's kind of like, I don't know, some of them are still minors, so I think that would be a little weird. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Have you, or so, there are some high school athletes who are trying to utilize NIL deals. How would you say, like, have you seen that in any capacity?
I don't think I've seen it in a a super big sense, but I've seen like some high school athletes that'll get like sent like random things from little boutiques, and I'm like, does that even count as NIL? So
To what extent do you think Division I schools have utilized NIL deals?
I think kind of smaller schools like Samford, it's not as big of a deal. Just because we don't have the same reach as like Alabama or Auburn, but Alabama and Auburn, I think it's like a recruiting tactic now. They're like, well, if you come here, you get this for NIL. So I think they've definitely utilized it.
To what extent do you think other divisional schools like Div 1 or Div 2 and Div 3 have utilized NIL deals?
I don't really know much about that, but I would think that they don't utilize it the same way. I mean, I'm sure athletes still get it and everything, because there's still really good Division 2 and Division 3 programs, but it's probably just not the same reach as like a bigger Division 1 school.
Which sports do you think has maximized NIL deals to promote their athletes or programs?
Definitely football. Um, I think in like a broad stance, not just at Stanford, I think women's basketball has done a really good job too. Of course, men's basketball, but I think those three are the ones that have like really done a good job.
To what extent do you think NIL deals promote the names of athletes?
I think it depends on the names of the athletes. Like, I don't really know a lot of Alabama football players, but like down in Tuscaloosa, they know that. So like, I think it kind of just depends on the name.
To what extent do you think NIL deals promote the images of athletes?
I think I think they use the images more, because it's like this athlete in their jersey and everything uses it, so like you should use it too.
Do you think the NIL deals do a good job when it comes to creating an image around an individual and then promoting that, or just allowing the individual to kind of do it on their own?
So what I know about, because I just have some friends that kind of have the deals too, it's kind of like you have to do this in order to get the stuff that you want. So I think that the like parameters around it have been set up like really well. But like, there's still people that are gonna do what they want.
How do you think the world of NIL deals will change in the next 5 years?
I mean, we've already kind of seen it with like Texas A&M football, and how like each person gets like $25,000 just for like being on the team. So I think it'll kind of have to be a little bit more specific, so it's not like recruiting violations like that. It's kind of like there was a video that came out about it, and it was like on a recruit trip, and it was like, yeah, if you come here, you get $25,000 a year from donors. So
What would you say the biggest impact is that these deals have had on college athletics as a whole?
I think it definitely has taught like bigger and like, I mean, I guess still at Sanford, I think it teaches them kind of like how to like brand themselves and how to make themselves look like professional while also like being young and being an athlete, you know? So I think that's been really impressive.
If you had the opportunity to promote an athlete, how would you do that?
I think I would definitely, you know, have like the videos and everything. I saw something that Quez Glover posted and it was like, I could not tell you the company, but I think they did a really good job of like, it was like a hype video specifically for him. So it was like, oh, well, if I have that, then I'm gonna look like this too. So I think I would try to play to that.
How would you say these deals have impacted female athletes?
I think it's been a little bit harder to just get our foot in the door, you know. I feel like it was kind of set up for men, like male athletes, you know, because like I feel like it was always football and men's basketball that were getting in trouble for doing this. But I think like the bigger schools, like I'm thinking about like Oregon women's basketball, like they get a lot of deals, you know. So I think it's been harder, but like, you know, it's not impossible.
Once female athletes, I guess, do have those deals, would you say that there is equality represented throughout the NIL, or
Okay. I think they've actually done a pretty okay job at that. I think that the women are still getting represented because they still have the deals. Like you're still sending them stuff, so like why would you not want to use their faces or their names? You know, because like if you don't want to use them, that's your loss. You know, they're still getting what they want. You know what I mean? So I think they have done a good job with that, just because they have to send out free, like kind of the free stuff. So it's like we have to use them.
how would you say social media has influenced these deals?
I think that's like the biggest thing, you know, if you have a big following, you can like qualify for some of these. Like if you don't have a big following, you can't be like a Lululemon, you know what I mean? So I think having a big following has really impacted like the ability to get a deal.
How do you think these deals have integrated different fields like marketing and data analytics, as well as just the athletes themselves?
Yeah, I think oh, that's a really good one. I think that for marketing, it kind of like, you know, it's something different. It's something completely different. You know, you're not used to it because it's happened like a year ago, I feel like. So I think that once it starts to like be a little bit more established and everything, I think marketing's kind of have to, maybe not at Sanford, but like at Alabama and Auburn, they have to be like careful about what brands they put on and everything because of like deals like that. So I think that'll be interesting to see in the next couple of years.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Where's my bike?